everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, it's a first. I'm doing an anticipated releases video. Feeling super awesome about it. But just to keep it completely real, definitely made this in the month of August. So 2 of these books already came out because I procrastinated and didn't do the video earlier, but that's okay because I still want to talk about them. So I have like 9 books that I wanted to talk about that I am very excited about for the rest of the year, and that I recommend and I will absolutely be checking out. So without further ado, let's get into anticipated releases. Number 1 is going to be The Sisters of Reckoning. That's by Charlotte Nicole Davis, and that is book 2 of the Good Luck Girls that came out on the 10th of August. And a little bit about it, it's young adult fantasy western dystopian. Basically, so I read this book earlier this year, the first book, and that one's called Good Luck Girls. And it definitely is western. Girls, they get branded with something and they're basically, they're forced into prostitution. Someone is killed and the girls are on the run to get away from this, and somebody amongst their group is like, oh, well, I know that there's somebody who could take the brand off, and it's just a wild, crazy story about these girls trying to escape the circumstance that they're in, and then trying to see if this like tale is true about someone who can remove the brand from them so they can live free. Book 2 is Stephen Graham Jones' My Heart is a Chainsaw. That came out on the 31st of August. That's a mystery and a thriller. So some of these I'm going to look up on Goodreads and give you a synopsis because I didn't necessarily, I don't really know everything there is to know about some of these books. So I'll give you a little synopsioso. My Heart is a Chainsaw. And just to give you like a little brief, it is what it is. Alrighty. In her quickly gentrifying rural lake town, Jade sees recent events only her encyclopedic knowledge of horror films could have prepared her for. Jade is an angry half-Indian outcast with an abusive father and an absent mother and an entire town that wants nothing to do with her. She lives in her own world, a world in which protection comes from an unusual source, horror movies, especially the ones where a masked killer seeks revenge on a world that wronged them. Jade narrates the quirky history of Proof Rock as if it is one of those movies, but when blood actually starts to spill into the waters of Indian Lake, she pulls us into a dizzying, encyclopedic mind of blood and masked murderers, and predicts exactly how the plot will unfold. Yet even as she drags us into her dark fever dream, a surprising and intimate portrait emerges. Portrait of a scared and traumatized little girl beneath the Jason Voorhees mask. Angry, yes, but also a girl who easily cries, fiercely loves, and desperately wants a home. A girl whose feelings are too big for her body. My Heart is a Chainsaw is her story, her homage to horror and revenge and triumph. So far this already has 3.9, basically 4 stars. So really excited about that one. Definitely want to read it for Halloween. There's a Spooktober-thon type situation that month that I absolutely want to get into. So we'll be reading. Book 3. This one I'm really excited for. So Gabrielle Union is coming out with another memoir, and it's You Got Anything Stronger? That comes out on September 14th, and it's a memoir nonfiction. I read her first memoir last year. I believe it goes We're Gonna Need More Wine. It was so freaking good. I love Gabrielle Union. Period. That's not even like a question. I love her. And this, I think is going to be even funnier. I cannot wait. We're going to get more. I think we're going to get more into her time as a mother now, because the first memoir ended. Obviously, she's with Dwayne Wade and she's raising his kids. And I can't remember how far into her life as a mom that she gets. But it was very, very short part of the end of the story. So really, really excited. I'm absolutely going to get that as an audiobook because I loved her narrating the first one. So definitely look out for that one. If you're looking for a good memoir, I'd absolutely recommend the first one of Gabrielle Union's, and I have no doubt that I'm going to rate that 5 stars. Okay, come on. Book 4. The Bronzed Beasts by Roshani Chakshi. That's the book 3 in the Gilded Wolves trilogy, and that comes out on the 21st of September. That's young adult fantasy, historical fiction, romance. So obviously not going to get too much into it because it is the 3rd book in the series, but we're at the end, okay? I cried at the last book. I don't have much left in me to see where this is going to go. Just a quick little, you know, about the book, about the series. Group of friends. Are they in France? France-ish. Basically, friends, misfits, blah, blah, blah. Treasure hunter-esque, if you will. And in the last book, basically, they're searching for this, and I can't remember. I'm going to have to reread the series before I get into this 3rd book because I can't remember what they were looking for in the 2nd book. But basically, now they're like in Russia or something, the Siberian, whatever, and they're trying to unlock the mystery of this thing. They've got some new people with them, and some people die, some people live. This bigger like conspiracy is finally like getting revealed, and we find out who like the real like chosen one is that can unlock everything. But ultimately, one person only has a few more days to live. Will they keep living? We don't know. And that's what I'm the most like freaked out about. I know I'm gonna give it 5 stars. This is basically what the anticipated reads is. Like, I anticipate them, and this is like 5-star prediction. So that's another first for me. I've never done like a 5-star prediction video, and all these I think are gonna be 5 stars. So boom, there you have it. Number 5, First Love Take 2 by Sajni Patal. That's in September 21st of 2021, and this is romance. So she also wrote The Trouble with Hating You, and I absolutely loved that romance. I've recommended it several times. Let me see what this one is about, because I didn't even know this was coming out. I was randomly scrolling through Amazon books, and this popped up, and I was like, well, gonna have to do that. I got this big ass iPad, about to damn break my arm. Oh, it's The Trouble with Hating You number 2. Okay. On the verge of realizing her dream of being a doctor, Priti Patal should be ecstatic, but between the stress of her residency, trying to find a job, and managing her traditional no-boundaries family, her anxiety is through the roof. Relationships and love aren't even an option. Unfortunately, she finally found a new place to stay, only to discover that her new roommate is her ex. Oh. Priti never quite got over Daniel Thompson. Super hot, plenty of swag, amazing cook, guy is practically perfect. And if it weren't for their families, there might be a happily ever after. But it's hard to keep her sanity and libido in check when the man of her dreams is sleeping mere feet away. Can Priti and Daniel find a way to stand up and fight for each other one last time before they lose their second chance? It's looking good. I'm excited. I cannot wait. We'll absolutely be buying the physical copy of that because she must sit with The Trouble with Hating You, because I loved it. And like I said, the 21st of September, coming out soon. Book 6, we got another memoir. Please Don't Sit on My Bed with Your Outside Clothes by Phoebe Robinson. This comes out on September 28th, 2021. It's humor, memoir, essays, nonfiction. So Phoebe Robinson, oh man, what was her first book? Let me look it up. It was Don't Touch My Hair. I do not know how to spell Phoebe. You know when you're just like, is that how you spell that? You Can't Touch My Hair, and Other Things I Still Have to Explain. Should I turn this? I don't know, will this be mirrored? I'll do one of these. I don't know if it's gonna appear on the screen correctly. I don't know how technology works. I read this when it came out in 2016. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Fantastic. Also it brought me out of my funk of that election, because I had never experienced being that devastated by something in that way as that election. So this really brought me out of it, and I was very happy. So I absolutely enjoyed her first memoir. Her second memoir is called everything's trash, but it's okay. This one, I think I gave what? I didn't give it I didn't give it as much of a high rating as I did the first one, just because it was fine, but it didn't give me what I got from the first one. That's fine. I still would suggest reading it. It just wasn't for me. But the third one, I feel like, okay, things have changed. We'll get into it. I like it. So I'm excited about that one. So this will be her third memoir, and that's very exciting. Book 7, When Night Breaks, by Janella Angelis. Book 2, Kingdom of Cards, October 5th, 2021. But guess what, y'all? I got an advanced reader copy on NetGalley. So I actually get to read book 2. Okay, actually, I'm sorry. This is the second book after Where Dreams Descend, and I'm so excited. Okay, I freaking loved that book. I read it either at the end of last year or the beginning of this year. Was so freaking good. I can't believe they let me have it on NetGalley. That's a book I have to read this month because I don't want it to like disappear off my phone. I can't wait to read that early. But yes, that comes out on the 5th of October. Can't wait. So excited. And young adult fantasy romance. We left on a cliffhanger. Can't wait to get back into it. Book 8, Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second book in these Violent Delights series. I'm not sure if this is a duology or not. I think it might be. It probably, I'm usually wrong. But anyway, this is book 2. It comes out on the 16th of November. This is considered young adult fantasy, urban fantasy, retelling historical fiction. If you didn't know what these Violent Delights is, it's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling taking place in Shanghai, I believe. And basically you've got think Romeo and Juliet, obviously, 2 kids of 2 separate gangs that actually had a previous relationship. They're on the outs. You kind of figure out what's going on with that. And then there's this like supernatural thing going on, but it might not be supernatural. It might just be like, but basically, will they come together? This first book left on a cliffhanger that technically I knew that was going to happen, but it doesn't matter because where are we going from here? I can't wait for the second book. These Violent Delights was Chloe Gong's first book, I believe, and I feel like slam dunk, very good. And lastly, book 9. I know it would have been so much better if I had a 10th book, but this was longer, but of course, but like I said, this, I had other books that already came out and I was like, okay, we're going to stop at 9. Okay. So last book, Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, book 3 in the Green Bone Saga trilogy, comes out on the 2nd of December, 2021. And it is adult fantasy, urban fantasy. So this is it. This is the last book in the Green Bone Saga. Let me tell you something. I have no idea where we're going to go with this. This is also, 2 rivals, like family gangs type situation, that used to be one. They used to be united, but they fractured off into 2. And they've always been at odds since then. So much stuff happens in the first book. There's a lot of political intrigue. There is like a really interesting and cool magic system. I think you'd call it magic system. Magic system. We'll just go with magic system. But it's the politics that's really just going off, okay? Very, very thick books. So if you like a thick urban fantasy, this is definitely for you. I listened to the second book on audiobook and thought it was fantastic. I feel like I'll probably do an audiobook for the third just because this is fantasy. This is adult fantasy. What happens as the series goes on? The books get thicker as hell. So this is the last book. We have to jam-pack absolutely everything into it. So I know this book is about to... Actually, let's look it up really quick. Let's see how long the third book is going to be. Let's see. If y'all can hear laughing, it's my husband. I'm watching his Twitch stream. He's doing like a 12-hour stream today, and I have him on my computer because I'm a supportive person. Okay, book 3 is 736 pages. What was the second book? Let's see what the second book was. Jade War. The second book was 590 pages. So what did I tell you? The last book is going to be long as hell. And I'm ready for it, but yeah. But anyway, those are my anticipated reads. I do plan on reading every single one of those books. And I honestly feel like I would like to give them all 5 stars. I probably shouldn't say I will, because you never know. But yes, those are my anticipated reads. Are any of these books that you guys are interested in reading? Any that you've already read? I'm excited. Are you excited? This is the first anticipated 5-star book situation video that I've ever done, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, so yeah, thank you for watching so much. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please like the video. And if you like the video, subscribe to me. Why not? Hit the notification bell. Do it. So yeah, with that being said, you guys have a good day. Goodbye.